Hi everyone, so we've got 4 more games for today: Execration vs Spirit, Everlast vs Execration, Burster vs Zephyr, and Versatile vs ADN. So into the first game, Execration vs Spirit. So Execration after last night, in my opinion, are looking very strong. The roles are swapped around for good, with Bongers taking support, Chemo taking the mid, and last night he was looking mighty fine there. Boogie on carry of course, Fox on secondary support, and Ehwe on the off lane. Things are looking up for them after the fall against RRQ, and if they continue on this route, they could be back on path to being one of the strongest teams in the C scene. Spirit look reasonably strong as well, taking out Myth last night and removing them from the lower bracket. They took a dual core lineup with Weaver mid and a Morphling farming top lane. Unfortunately for Myth, Lakels could not outfarm them on his Spectre, and after a few key team fights, Spirit managed to grab a Rax and win the game. Spirit appear to do best when they do this greedy dual core, and Arn in the mid lane did amazingly on his Weaver. He managed to have a godlike streak by about the 20-minute or so mark. So what does this mean against Execration? Well, this is all going to depend on the draft in my opinion. If Execration ban out that Wisp, which Secret is reasonably strong at, and pick a very aggressive early game based lineup to help win the lanes and snowball into winning the game, I think it should be a reasonably easy game for them. However, if they allow room for the dual core of Spirit to farm up, the game should go in favour of Spirit. Boogie is the only hard farmer in Execration. Ehwe usually likes to gank over farm, and Chemo now seems to be taking an initiation style of hero mid. And I mean, of course, basic math says 2 carries greater than 1 carry. Game 2 is Everlast vs Execration, so Execrations have 2 matches in one night. Lucky them. And this game is a toughie to tell who's going to win. I haven't actually seen Everlast play yet, and though I'm familiar with some of the players, such as Bungsel Roti and the players from GX Gaming Brutal, I don't know how they're going to perform. It's especially worth mentioning that Everlast took a game of Arrow in the Metallic Pro League a couple of nights ago, which is impressive as Arrow have been on a great win streak recently and shown themselves to be strong contenders for the C scene. Back when Execration were in top form with Arbang, they also drew even with Arrow however, so could be even, hard to tell. On the whole, I will say I expect an even matchup. Either team could win this as they both appear to be equal skill, and judging from what I saw of Execration last night and what I've heard of Everlast, both of them seem to be very aggressive and very strong at what they do. Odds seem to be sitting in favour of Everlast, so maybe bet Execration for the chance of extra rares. Either way, it is a best of 1, so some crazy things could happen, and I do expect a pretty aggressive style of play. The third game is Zephyr vs Burster, and I don't really have too much info on this. Burster are a new team as well, and I haven't seen them play before, so I don't really have too much to offer on their playstyle. They lost out to Arrow Gaming in the main stage, but those are the only 2 games we've seen from them. They do seem to draft pretty uniquely though. They picked up a sniper and a centaur in those 2 games, so perhaps a nice niche strategy could take Zephyr out. On the whole, I would say Zephyr are a safe bet. Burster don't have the same level of competitive experience, and I do hope to see more from them in future, but I think this game might be the one that knocks them out of the tournament. The last game is First Departure vs ADN. So ADN are a newer team as well, and again a team I have not had the chance to cast yet. Judging by their stats, they seem to be okay. They beat out Myth 2-1, but lost to Scythe in a huge stomp. While First Departure did recently lose to Mineski to be put down to lower bracket, on the whole I feel they are still a very strong team with a lot to show to the world. It is just a best of 1, so I would expect hyper-aggressive players to come out from First Departure, maybe a Chibi Storm or some such thing, in an attempt to crush any stronger players that we may see from ADN. ADN, as far as I know, are a Hon-turned-Dota 2 team with some veterans, I believe, such as Slicks, who previously played within a few Australian teams, and WTF, who also played within the Australian and Malaysian team. And if I'm not incorrect, he did used to play for MUFC, who did pretty good in the International 3. Either way, my faith is always with First Departure, and I think if they draft smartly, as in they draft based on the fact that, as far as I know, Slicks is still within Australia, so he's going to be playing on a steady 100 to 200 ping, so they could punish that by picking up some heroes that are based around timing and not really give Slicks a chance to snowball. A lot of ADN seems to be based around making sure that Slicks snowballs and that they can get him to get the farm and kind of carry his team, so gonna have to see how it drafts, but I do think First Departure have got this. Anyway, that's it from me today. I'll see you later. Have a good day, and hopefully you win some sick rares or keys. Bye!